This is Levi Wampler with MMAStrikingCoach.com. Today we're speaking with Brandon Gibson. He's the assistant striking coach at Jackson Winklejohn Gym in Albuquerque, New Mexico. He has worked with John Jones, Clay Guida, Carlos Condit, just to name a few of his fighters. You can find more information about him at Six Gun Gibson on Twitter, or you can look for him on Facebook under Coach Brandon Gibson. How are you doing today, Brandon?
Great. Thanks for having me, Levi.
Good. Could you tell us a little bit about how you got started in the martial arts?
Sure. Probably like many, I grew up with just a love of martial arts. Started doing traditional style Shorin-ryu karate at the age of 6, and I've always practiced martial arts since then. Never been much of a football player, basketball player, anything like that, but every day after school or after work, I did always go to the dojo. It's just been a part of who I am and what I do since a very young age.
That's awesome. Now, you're the assistant striking coach there at the Jackson Winklejohn Gym, one of the most famous MMA gyms. Can you tell us kind of what it's like doing that as a job and what it's like training some of the most famous MMA athletes out there?
That's definitely a cool job to have. I born and raised in Albuquerque, and I've been with Coach Winklejohn and Coach Jackson for many years. And so it's been cool watching the gym grow, especially with the growth of the sport.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started with Coach Winklejohn, there was, maybe 6 of us, 6 to 10 of us training every night, but I look around and there was guys like Joey Villaseñor, and he was finding pride, and Keith Jardine had just got off The Ultimate Fighter, and Diego Sanchez, and that's just to name a few. But the group was really small, and to watch the school grow and the different fighters and styles that have come through definitely influenced me a lot too. There's definitely been guys that have come through that I've picked up techniques or tricks that I liked for them and try to apply towards other fighters as well.
Wow. Now, how long do you say you've been training at Jackson's gym?
I've been with Coach Winklejohn for over 7 years, and Winklejohn and Coach Jackson used to have separate gyms, and then about 2006, 2007, they merged gyms. And so I've been studying under Coach Jackson since then, and so not extraordinarily long, but definitely have an extensive boxing background and kickboxing background before that as well.
Mm-hmm. So in all this time that you've been training in martial arts, I know you've been training in martial arts at large for a long time, and you've been training with these guys for several years. What are some of the most common mistakes you see fighters making in either their training or their fighting, just something you see a lot happening?
As far as training goes, I see a lot of guys, whether it's sparring or on mitt work or even bag work, shadow boxing, not focusing enough on maybe their defensive movement, always focusing on the offense. And I think it's important as you're shadow boxing or, even sparring days, sparring rounds, to really focus on your defense. Mm-hmm. And I bet people start finding a lot more openings for those big power shots when they start looking for, proper defensive footwork and slips and counters. And, I definitely think there's a lot of missed opportunities to capitalize when their opponents are off balance or out of position.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a good point. I mean, I know I like practicing offense more. It's more fun.
Sure.
Were you going to say something else there?
No,
okay.
Like you said, the offense is definitely the fun part, and I think guys get too focused on that at times and forget about the defensive movements, just even the subtle ones, even just head movement or working their own feints.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are some of the smaller points that really separate an average fighter from a great fighter.
That's great. Speaking of great fighters, what is it something that you see that all the high-level fighters or the people that really make it to that excellent level, do you see a common trait?
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to get to work with guys like John Jones, like Carlos Condit, and countless other guys at the gym. And one common trait I see in them, these top-level guys and guys that are going to become champions, is their just ability to dedicate themselves to the gym, always studying the craft, always working on improving. having that drive and determination.
Mm-hmm.
Along with that, they seek out to surround themselves with other skilled fighters, some of the best coaches, guys that can push them. One cool thing about Jackson's is on any given day, no matter who the fighter is, there'll be somebody else in that gym that is better at a certain skill or a certain discipline than the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
And guys like John Jones and Carlos Condit, they're always improving, they're always studying, and I really admire that about them.
Mm-hmm. No, it's good because you have like you say, at that gym, you've got a lot of people around you that can push you, that can help you train to a higher level.
Yep.
Is that what you're saying? Okay. So it's that good work ethic and surrounding yourself with good people who are possibly better than you at different aspects that can help you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And, and along with that, it's not like they're just spawning in and walking off.
Yeah.
They're always looking for tips, hey, show me how you set up that strike or that takedown again, and show me the footwork. And they, you just see they're true students of the game.
That's great. Always willing to learn and pick up tips from other people. That's
yep.
Good. Could you share with us some of your favorite training materials or resources? Any books, DVDs, workout equipment, just anything you think all fighters should know about?
Sure. I've been fortunate enough to work on some of the Jackson's MMA Media YouTube account,
mm-hmm.
Showing just some basic setups, drills that we work on at Jackson's. What I like about them is, even if you're training by yourself in a garage on your own heavy bag or something, it's stuff you can apply. Coach Jackson's wrote some great books. One's titled The Stand-Up Game, one's titled The Ground Game. I think they're available on Amazon, and
mm-hmm.
Those also give an insight of our school and some of the style of striking and ground attacks we teach. As a fan, as a student of the game myself, I'm always looking out for different mitt holders, style, and techniques. I've been fortunate enough to travel to the Wild Card in Hollywood and watch Freddie Roach work. I'm always looking at his videos of Manny Pacquiao, working with
mm-hmm.
Manny Pacquiao or Amir Khan, and studying just how Freddie holds the mitts and how quick he can turn it over, things like that. As far as equipment goes, I think one of the cornerstones, one of the basics of all striking sports would just be a heavy bag. I love to just rip on a heavy bag, not only working my punches, but like I said earlier, my footwork, focusing on my defense here and there,
mm-hmm.
And a jump rope.
Sorry, I just had a cough there. There's a heavy bag and jump rope, and is there anything else there?
I think those are the basics. Seek out different styles, and kind of like Bruce Lee said, don't throw 10,000 different kicks. Try to work on that one kick 10,000 times and
mm-hmm.
building off that.
That's great advice. Now, my next question is one of my favorites to ask everybody. What is the best advice your mentors have ever given you about just anything, life, business, martial arts, just anything you think everybody should know about?
Wow. I'd definitely say Coach Winklejohn's my mentor, and one thing I've seen how him and Coach Jackson have developed a successful gym isn't always about the technique or the facility or I think the cornerstone of it is a brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's what martial arts is about to me. Everybody's showing up, working hard, making each other better, having a good attitude, and I think that makes you want to come back to the gym, and the more time you put in the gym, the more time it shows in your training. So, just having that love for it's made all the difference in the world to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in this for money or fame or anything like that. It's just because I love martial arts.
Right. Yeah, when you love something, you're passionate about it, you're going to practice it more, or you're going to do it more.
Yep.
So that's a good point. All right, well, thank you for speaking with us today, Brendan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the site, and I like all the work you guys do, and keep up the good work.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Levi.